Welcome to Withdraw Consent. I'm Victor. This is Jack. So today we're going to talk about Ron DeSantis and his views on censorship and war.
Okay, yeah. So we've made videos in the past.
Yeah.
He goes to Israel to sign bills to censor Americans to protect the number one people in his group that, he cares about, which is Jews.
Sure.
The number one group, And so we've seen that before. So basically he went after Trump to the Republican Jewish coalition.
Okay.
And he gave a speech there. I'm going to play you a clip from it. And we're just going to see where he stands on censorship.
We also saw the rise of these chapters called Students for Justice in Palestine. And this is a group that took pains to say that they don't, quote, stand in solidarity with what Hamas did, that they are one and the same with what Hamas did. Well, you may have a First Amendment right to say a lot of dumb things, but you do not have a right to give material support to terrorists. So we deactivated the Students for Justice in Palestine in the state of Florida. It's done. And we're not going to put up with this. I'm sick of funding our enemies. We're not doing that anymore in this country.
Okay, so what do you think?
It's like, what? How is that not tyrannical and just like, you do have my views, or we're shutting you down and you lose your right to speak, and
right,
that's insane.
Yeah. So we watched the clip and then we clip the video in so you don't hear it through our speakers. And then afterwards he turns to me and he's like, "What material aid did they give him?"
Right.
And I'm like, "Speech." They gave him speech. They said we stand with Hamas. We are one and the same with.
Right. Wow.
That's material aid.
That's crazy.
So look at, you could take his stance there, right? And say, if you wave an American flag, you should have no speech whatsoever because you're supporting terrorism. You know what I mean?
Right.
They could have said, hey, if you say, I don't know if Russia's the bad guy in the Ukraine war, you go to prison. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
You're allowed to say it, even if it's a stupid thing.
Sure.
Even if it's like a conflict where you just know there's a good guy and a bad guy, like China attacking Tibet.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And you should still be allowed to say Tibet's probably the bad guy.
Right.
They're probably warmongering up there.
Sure. That's what they do.
You're allowed to say it. He doesn't like free speech.
Right. You're free to have speech if
he agrees
if
with
it's
it.
approved.
And we've even talked about not liking free speech in certain ways.
Sure.
Like child pornography, different stuff like that. But his place where he's putting free speech is terrible.
Yeah. It seems like it.
Yeah. It's just shocking.
Maybe we'll have some people that'll be like, no, you guys are the same. Maybe you're just drawing different lines. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's all perspective, maybe.
He looks good up there.
Yeah, he really does.
And when they started cheering, I seen a little smirk in his mouth, and I'm like, oh, he loves it. He would do anything for them. I felt the same way about Trump when they're just, because Trump's narcissistic.
It's very.
And I'm not saying that that's his worst quality, because also it makes it more impressive. Remember that video where he's just walking along and then he's like, first responders, and the Secret Service is like, no, sir. And he goes down to shake their hands because his narcissism makes that humility so much more better,
Right.
But then he's eating it up from the crowd, and it's like, man. Okay, so now we're going to go on to this terrific story referenced in the description below. Okay. And basically, DeSantis, the state of Florida has sent more than asked for from Israel. They sent over and beyond what was asked for.
What did they ask for?
Well, we're not sure if they actually asked for it, but okay.
Oh.
It was weapons, ammunition, stuff like that.
Okay.
So here's the article, right? Florida Governor Ron DeSantis said Thursday he's arranged to send drones, weapons, and ammunition to Israel as it prepares for an incursion of Gaza in response to Hamas's attack. It's the latest official response DeSantis has taken back to Israel as he competes in the 2024 Republican presidential primary. This is absurd, right? Florida has sent cargo planes with healthcare supplies, drones, body armor, and helmets, said Jeremy Redfern, a spokesman for the governor's office. The state also worked with groups to supply unspecified amounts of weapons and ammunition that were privately funded, Redfern said. He's sending cargo planes with healthcare supplies to Israel while Israel is blockading, no power, no water,
Oh,
no
okay.
Red Cross. There's people
Right.
like that get leg blown off and you tourniquet it. And then what do?
Right.
You can't, what do? At one point, the medical supplies go away. But at least Israel's getting cargo planes full of, I don't really want anybody to die. So, but you should send it to people. Anyways.
But it just shows it's not about humanitarian.
Right.
It's about licking the boot.
Yeah. Or the funny hat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How dare you touch that funny hat? This is a silly part of the story. Check this out. The governor's office said it acted at the request of Israel's consul general in Miami. I'm not going to attempt to read that name, but the consul general initially said Thursday he did not request drones of body armor or helmets, nor had he talked to the governor about getting help, getting weapons and ammunition through private parties, right? But then he said later Thursday that the Israeli government had communicated directly to their main guy over here. Oh, no, they didn't call Trump. No, this is DeSantis they called, the second
okay.
guy. But so look at the part of that is, so they had asked for weapons and ammunition. They did not ask for drones, body armor, helmets, or ammunition through private parties. Just volunteer it all.
Yeah. It's very generous.
It's infuriating.
The worst.
It's just the worst. Okay. We did our last video. It just got published right before this one. And we said, look, Trump, he's the war candidate. I don't have conclusive proof that DeSantis is the war candidate right here.
Okay.
I know that just like Trump, he's Israel first.
Yep.
Absolutely. He goes to Israel multiple times to sign bills that violate the Constitution. Your constitutional rights, if you're a Floridian,
That limit Americans
right.
in favor.
In Israel, he's signing the bills. This
Right.
is insane. Do you think he's going to serve them all the way? Serve the master all the way?
Yeah.
I would think so.
He seems pretty committed.
Yeah, he's just gung-ho. You'd think they'd be down low, though,
Just the thought that a state is doing this and it's not handled at the federal level or something, that's just, I never would have dreamed that would have happened. That seems so strange to me.
Yeah, this is interesting because we should just look up and see how many states did this.
Right.
What if it's only like 4? No, like 4 sent it to Israel right now.
Okay.
Okay, who are the top traders of this country?
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Because you're showing your cover. Anyways, DeSantis has done some great stuff for Florida.
Yeah.
He really has. I don't want to take away that from him, but he's trash.
Right.
And the problem is there's not much better than him. It's not like I got this guy I can point to. I mean, Vivek, I don't know. It's terrible. There's no solution within the system.
Right.
These people are captured. Absolutely captured.
100%. And they show it openly.
I would rather have a president. It's a terrible thing to say. I was thinking I was going to say something stupid like I'd rather have a president captured by our establishment and system than captured by Israel. But it's just Biden is that guy. He's completely system. And it's trash. There's no solution within the system.
So is part of this the people's fault? Like there is no shame in them admitting allegiance to another country because nobody actually cares in the country. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, people are pathetic. Yeah,
right.
People are disgusting.
I just can't believe he's just not getting yelled at and jeered at and everywhere he goes.
It's just the smallest sliver of the population,
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of opportunity here, though.
Okay.
Because you had said to me, but maybe this is opening people's eyes about Israel. And I said, no, I think you're wrong. The people who are pro-Palestine were always pro-Palestine. I took that back today. I think more people are waking. What's going on over here? Like, what is this?
Yeah.
It's kind of like if you talk to a random person about Ukraine, they might know a few things now. They didn't before.
Yeah.
And now with this Israel situation, there was a clip from who was the Jewish guy on 40-Year-Old Virgin with the curly hair? You know what I'm talking about?
Seth Rogen?
Yeah. And he was on a show and he was like, man, they taught me growing up that we deserve the land. It's okay. It's ours, And he's like, now I'm looking at the news and I'm like, I'm scared of Jews. He says something along those lines. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because even as a Jewish guy, who's a prominent person, but he's in Hollywood, he's not like political,
Yeah.
And then he looks at it and he's like, we're the worst, What I mean? But it's the same way where I look at, he might still be pro-Israel. Because I'm pro-America and I know America's the worst. I'm still pro-America.
Right.
I'm not leaving.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
right.
staying here to fight, So.
Okay. What are your thoughts? Man, the 2024 race just looks terrible. Maybe every race would look terrible if I had paid attention.
If you knew the right things, right?
Right. So maybe this is just normal, but man, it's just zero hope. But that's what we always say, that there's, like you said, no.
We should do an episode on this.
Okay.
And we should do like, okay, let's just go back an election. 2016 is too fresh, you know?
Okay.
Go back to 2012 and look at who the candidates are. So it's Obama and was it McCain or Romney?
I get them mixed up.
I get them mixed up too.
So I wasn't paying attention.
And so both are trash. Whether it's McCain, all three, McCain, Romney. But let's see who was running second place, who was running third place. How far down the list would you have to go to find a candidate who would be 50% of what you want in a president? Just 50% of the things.
Yeah, it could be interesting.
The one who was, going to abolish federal income tax.
Yeah.
Never has been one. Okay, sorry. I just think it's a good idea.
All right. So hopefully you like that brainstorming session. Inside look. So hopefully you enjoyed this, and we'll see you next time.